The Dream Downloader. In a small, run-down neighborhood nestled between the towering buildings of the city lived a boy named John. He was a poor soul, his life as hard as the cracked pavement he walked on every day. His family barely managed to survive, scraping by with odd jobs and the meager wages they earned. But John had something no one knew about, a secret that would change his life forever. John had always been different. From an early age, he noticed things that others didn't. While most kids his age dreamed of superheroes or magical lands, John's dreams were darker. Terrifying nightmares that made him wake up drenched in sweat, his heart pounding in his chest. Creatures from the deepest corners of his mind chased him through strange, shadowy landscapes. He'd often wonder why he was cursed with such terrifying dreams, while others had pleasant, peaceful ones. Little did he know, these nightmares would soon become his ticket to a life he could never have imagined. The invention of the dream chip. It all started when a new technology emerged, the dream chip. It was a small, implantable device, no bigger than a grain of rice, that could be inserted into a person's brain. This device allowed individuals to not only record their dreams, but also to download them as videos. People could upload their dreams to the cloud where they could be shared with anyone, anywhere. It was revolutionary. Dreams were no longer private. They became content, entertainment, and even currency. The company behind the dream chip, DreamTech, had promised to change the way humanity experienced sleep. Everyone who could afford the chip was eager to try it. The rich and the privileged quickly began recording their most beautiful dreams, turning them into virtual movies that could be shared with millions. Dream sharing became a new trend, with influencers boasting about their peaceful, serene, and breathtaking dreams. They were living a perfect, curated dream life. But in the shadows, John was struggling. The chip, though tempting, was far out of his reach. His family couldn't afford the procedure, let alone the monthly subscription for uploading dreams. But the nightmares he had, those awful, horrific visions, weren't going anywhere. He still had them every night, and they were as vivid as ever. One evening, after another sleepless night, John was lying in his tiny, dimly lit room. The walls were cracked, the ceiling stained, and the bed creaked with every movement. But his mind was elsewhere. He was thinking about his nightmares. What if there was a way to make money from them? What if he could sell these terrible dreams instead of hiding them? The idea struck him like a bolt of lightning. He could turn his nightmares into videos and sell them online. People were paying big money for dreams, and if he could upload his nightmares, maybe someone out there would pay to experience the fear, the terror that he endured every night. The first upload. The next day, John did what no one had ever dared to do. He downloaded his first nightmare. He'd heard rumors that DreamTech allowed users to sell their dreams as virtual videos, and that was exactly what he was going to do. Using an old, cracked phone he had found in the alley, he created an anonymous account on DreamStream, a platform where people uploaded and sold their dreams. With trembling hands, he clicked Upload. His heart raced as he titled his first video, The Demon in the Shadows. It wasn't pretty. The video was raw, unsettling, and not in the least bit glamorous. It showed John running through a dark forest, chased by an unrelenting, monstrous figure with glowing eyes and claws that seemed to tear through the fabric of reality itself. The sound of heavy breathing filled the background as John struggled to escape, his legs giving way to the weight of the terror that pursued him. John hesitated for a moment before hitting the publish button. What was he doing? Was he really going to sell his nightmares? What if people judged him? But as the video uploaded, he felt an odd sense of liberation. He was doing something he never thought he could. He wasn't a victim of his nightmares anymore. He was in control. The viral nightmare. It didn't take long for John's video to gain traction. People watched it, some out of curiosity, others because they were drawn to the raw intensity of the dream. As the views grew, so did the comments. Most of them were filled with praise for the thrilling experience or how real the nightmare felt. Others expressed awe at the sheer horror of the dream, some even calling it artistic. Soon, John's nightmare was trending. His video was shared across social media, and people began asking for more. They wanted to experience the fear, the anxiety, the terror that he endured. They were willing to pay for it. John was stunned. He had never expected this level of attention. He had simply wanted to escape the poverty that defined his life. But now he had found a way to make money, money he could use to help his family, to buy food, to survive. Within a week, John became an overnight sensation. His anonymous account amassed thousands of followers, all eager to see his latest nightmare. Each new upload was met with excitement, anticipation, and an eagerness to experience the horrors that John's mind could conjure. The nightmares were not pretty or comforting like the dreams of the wealthy influencers, but they were real, they were visceral, they were raw, and that made them irresistible. The rise of the nightmares. As John's popularity grew, so did his earnings. He began selling his dreams for increasingly higher prices. People were willing to pay top dollar for a chance to feel what he felt in those terrifying moments of his dreams. John's account exploded, with requests for custom nightmares flooding in. He quickly realized that his nightmares had become a form of currency, something more valuable than he could have imagined. But as he grew more successful, John's life began to change. He no longer walked the streets in poverty. He now had money, status, and the admiration of thousands. His family moved into a better house, and his mother no longer had to work long hours just to make ends meet. John had given them the life they had always dreamed of. Yet with success came a darker side. John's nightmares started to take a toll on him. The more he uploaded, the more intense and disturbing his dreams became. It was as though the act of selling his nightmares had unlocked a deeper, more terrifying part of his mind. Every night he was tormented by new horrors, each one worse than the last. The monsters, the shadows, the voices, everything he had feared was now more real than ever. But John couldn't stop. He had created a monster, a product that people craved, and as long as there was demand, he had to deliver. The cost of fame. One night, after uploading his most disturbing dream yet, John woke up to an unexpected message. It was from DreamTech, the company that had created the Dream Chip. They had taken notice of him, and they wanted to meet with him. John was nervous. Was this a good thing, or was he about to be shut down? When he arrived at DreamTech's headquarters, he was led into a sleek, modern office. The walls were glass, the furniture minimalist, and the atmosphere sterile. At the center of the room sat a man in a suit, Mr. Bennett, the CEO of DreamTech. "We've been watching you, John. Your nightmares are unlike anything we've seen. They're raw, intense, and visceral. You've created a niche that has captivated millions. We want to offer you a deal." John listened intently as Mr. Bennett continued. "We can make you a global brand, John. You could be the face of our new campaign. Instead of just selling your dreams, we want to integrate you into the DreamTech platform, allow you to create customized nightmares for our premium users. The sky is the limit." John was stunned. He had never imagined this could be his reality. But there was a catch. "We would need to own the rights to your nightmares, and we'd require exclusive content from you. If you accept, you'll no longer just be a creator, you'll be a brand." The offer was tempting, but something inside John hesitated. Could he really sell his soul, his mind, for fame and fortune?
Could he let others control his nightmares, the very thing that had tormented him for so long? The decision. John left DreamTech's office that day with a heavy heart. He couldn't decide what to do. On one hand, this was everything he had ever dreamed of. On the other, it came at a price: his sanity, his peace of mind, and perhaps even his soul. That night, John lay in bed, staring at the cracked ceiling above him. His mind was racing. His dreams, his nightmares, could they ever truly be his own again? The decision was harder than any nightmare he had ever faced.